All right. What else we got?
We had a question about how mobile is going to prevent botting.
Oh, well, it won't. I mean, it's not. You know what the problem with botting is, right? There's only so far you can go before you just basically can't tell that somebody isn't a human. And our hackers, I mean, I talk about it, we have the best players on the planet. We also have some of the best hackers on the planet. Like, let's give some props to where props are due. We got guys that have caused us $5,000 a month of security implementations that we just put in place to stop all those denial of service attacks, the SIM floods, the stuff. Am I allowed to tell if we did this? Yeah, thank you. Please upgrade the game. Please upgrade so we can continue to afford these new protections we put in, because our hacking community got rather good. So now go be good with somebody else's game, because now you've already made us do everything we had to do.
If you know what I mean. Bots. Yeah.
Botting?
Botters that
Bots.
I am against botting, but...
Or even log in from a fucking bot. I don't give a fuck.
This here is Le Bot Launcher. That's what it's called.
quite a few people have been hacked.
The exploit that was happening with them, right?
Might be a security breach, an exploit to get your account, I don't know.
Populating the game with players that aren't actually players. So that's bad for the game.
The grind is so extreme that the Adventure Quest Worlds subreddit just openly discusses botting in the game. It's one of the few MMOs where you could say to the community, yeah, I botted for that, and most players would just nod back at you and go, that's understandable.
Bot detection and server speed is the last thing, so that's all he said, better bot detection. So I don't know if that's actually gonna catch bots. Hopefully it doesn't accidentally catch real players. Like, I know when I'm playing, sometimes I'll just sit there and spam 2, 3, 4. Like, I'll just spam my keyboard even though I don't need to. I just sit there and spam it because it's easier to do that than actually paying attention. Like if I'm doing something else, like reading chat or something, it's a lot easier to just spam it than to actually play the game. So hopefully I don't get punished for that, because if I can't spam my keyboard anymore, I'll probably just stop playing, to be honest. So hopefully they find bot detection that doesn't kick out real players. And yeah, that's about it.
Well, they do a lot of things to combat botters that doesn't make any sense and won't actually prevent botters. They do a lot of things to prevent botters that won't actually prevent botters and just serves to piss off players. It's kind of a thing of theirs. It's kind of a thing that AE does. It's like a game, a cute game. What have we done this week? That's designed to combat botters, but all it does is actually just irritate real players.
I was hacked? Question mark? I've never given my password to anyone ever. Not even once. I've never even hinted towards what my password would be.
Talking about using bots is kind of a taboo in any game, but kind of funny because most players use it. But when it comes to the subject, they give that silly smile and change the subject. Basically, people used programs to let the character farm automatically, and we expected that would happen, because you needed to farm a lot in the game to become strong, along with the fact that the quests were very repetitive. That is, it was easy to program the sequence of events to be repeated. What?
Quite a few people have been hacked, kind of, sort of thing, where somebody logs onto their account and starts chatting to people. That's the most common type, and then you have the more severe cases, like with the moderator that got hacked and they started talking in the chat, said really inappropriate things, and then, as you guys know as well, Corey got hacked. They just dressed him up as some weird thing and named...
By the way, guys, how do I hack into AQ's source code? Just for asking for a friend, guys. But how would I do that if I really wanted to?
Yeah, and I used to be like decent friends with Rothian. Woo! Rothian has gotten himself in the biggest amount of trouble with this company.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he I think they went to court over a bunch of random fun stuff. Yeah. It was... Yeah, he deleted a bunch of characters on AQ3D. Because he was going through their code, and he deleted like 200 accounts or something like that. Dude. And
come on.
He used to be a white hat, right?
Yeah.
Same with Rue and Lamp, and man, I know like everybody. And then there was like drama with Dema, and well, we can't actually talk about that on the podcast. I'm sorry if I'll tell you guys after.
Okay.
But it's like
insane.
I know the tea on everybody. It's crazy.
There's drama, but then there's that's serious.
And like there was this clip of Rothine in one of the AE streams, right? He just messaged, right? And Artix was like, hey, yeah, could you remove him from the chat? We can't have him in here because he's contractually obligated to not interact with us anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, so he's yeah,
Was
they
it
took him to
worth
court
it in the end? No, probably not.
Yeah, they just straight up took him to court. It was so he's not allowed to set foot on any
I got
AE
ambushed by
property.
3 players out of the 7 who were in the room. All were like, oh my god, my old account's banned, I want it back, why can't I? I've been banned for like 10 years. And I'm like, okay, what thing? Now, hey, I probably shouldn't say this, but we had a technical, one of our IP addresses was misconfigured, and it had like back in the day, like people would send spam mail using like an email relay, but everyone turns their email relays off now. But we had a disabled IP address that got enabled, and I'm a little sketched out because one, I don't know how it got enabled. I mean, our ISP, like they've been resetting stuff, so maybe something just got like flagged back on. And the reason I'm like all scared about saying this is, if there's some hacking community out there that thinks we've been DDoSing them because somebody's been bouncing off of our relay because we got a message from our ISP like saying that somebody was doing something like that we were doing something bad with our IP address, it wasn't us. We've turned it off. It was disabled. It was never supposed to be turned on, and that's that. So if somebody out there knows what this means and like it wasn't us, we have to, and we've always been above board on the level. So the goal for AQ3D here with these tools, and what sucks is tons of work's pouring into this, but nobody will see it, ever. In fact, I shared some screenshots at one point, and the team like eviscerated me. They're like, do not show developer tools on Twitter! What are you doing? I'm like, but it's like, now they're hacking the client! And I was like, well, they're gonna hack the client anyways. It doesn't matter, don't show them! And I'm like, oh, come on, we gotta show them what we're doing! You should see our Monday morning meetings. It's like we come in, it's like, okay, here's all the things that we saw complained about. Oh, that's a big list. Okay, what can we do right now? All right, these are the most important. Take those, get started on those ones. And it's always the server is having some sort of problem.
No. And he goes, the devs will only do something if it's serious. The hackers you see daily are considered low priority. They have no systems to detect hacks in any capacity because of the way the game is built, preventing them of any accuracy. There are way more hackers than you think who aren't open about it and popular amongst the community. I then say, yeah, I know, that's why I'm making this video, because I've realized it's super crazy how many people are actually hacking, and I want to bring awareness to this.
Yeah, precisely. There was an exploit that was making people have like almost infinite stats, and we had to address it, and we had to.
So,
like,
is there any way that it could restore, like, if they were to fix that, officially fix the exploit, then would it be possible to restore?
So the first thing that I would really love to see is actually no bots or glitches. I mean, some people would be thinking, why the hell do you not want to see this in the game? It's just,
Botting will get you banned. Hopefully this opens some eyes of some people, and to those of you who felt the title was misleading, I do apologize, but I wanted to get the attention of the botting community in case they weren't aware that what they're doing is against the rules.
So, this is what you will need to write it to get. So make sure you write it in the address bar, don't write it anywhere else. It has to be an address bar. There. And then, before you click attack, press enter. Right, and then you see here, at the enemy's health bar, it's 0. So just do whatever you want. So there's victory.
A ban wave that literally almost destroyed the game's population. Wow, impressive.
What do you mean almost? It did destroy the game's population.
So...
But if you're watching this video far in the future when AQ Lite has become something else, like in a good way, then yeah, this is irrelevant to you guys, but...
Oh yeah, I really hope it's so for A's watching. 2-factor authentication. I have it on my Ubisoft account, my Steam account, my Blizzard account, my email.
It's like botting has existed long before you offered that. I mean, I can mention a good chunk of bots that were made for AQ Worlds. I mean, Grimoire, for example, is like the most popular of them all.
You know, they're scurrying, they're worried, they're like, where is this problem coming from? People suspected AQ Lite. Now, I don't blame people for thinking it's AQ Lite. I don't know if it's AQ Lite. 133 Spider, the creator, you know, he's gotten involved, shit has happened. I think AQ Lite has been cleared up now. I don't think it's AQ Lite's fault. I think that problem has been, you know, sorted. So what is the problem? No one knows as of now. However, we don't need to identify the problem to create a solution, because I have one. If you want to avoid being hacked on Adventure Quest Worlds, this is all you need to do. Now follow me closely. You log out. You log out and you do not log back in. It's as simple as that. Don't log back in. Don't log back in and just wait. Wait for the white hats to do their fucking job. And if they can't do their job and they can't identify the problem and they can't fix this, then maybe the game is not worth playing. Because then you know the staff are incompetent and incompetent. Okay? So, yeah.
But it's like, now they're hacking the client, and it's like, well, they're gonna hack the client anyways. It doesn't matter. Don't show them. And I'm like, oh, come on, we gotta show them what we're doing.